Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning in. And so happy New Year. I'm trying to think, have I been live since the New Year? I don't even recall. Maybe I was, I don't even remember. But I know it's been probably a few weeks or so. And so I've been putting this video off, but I feel that this video is important. And this video is about, is college a scam? We see that colleges all around the nation are kind of putting out statements talking about how student enrollment is declining. We know there's a lot of reasons. We know because of things that have been going on with certain things. Um, People don't want to get certain things done with their bodies and different things like that, trying not to get my video flagged. And so, because people have varying opinions about different things, it's caused some people to say, hey, I'm not going to go to school. But I personally think, as someone who has graduated from college, I believe the cost of education and the student loans, a lot of people are waking up and realizing this is a waste of my time and money. What do I mean by that? A lot of colleges, well, first, let me take a step back. In order to know whether a college, because I didn't realize how many people were attending unaccredited universities and did not know. And people are getting into a lot of personal debt, not even government student loan debts, but personal debt, because they don't realize that only accredited schools and accredited learning institutions are able to give you financial aid options. And so, although a school may legitimately, and I quote, be running, they may not be accredited. And accreditation has everything to do with the quality of education and standards and different things like that. And so if you go to an unaccredited school, and I've seen this happen to people, and they get these degrees, and it really means nothing. It's one thing to be, get a degree and you struggle to get a job or something like that. But some people are getting degrees and things and finding out later that it was a waste of their time and their money because they were going to an unaccredited university. So first thing, make sure that any school that you attend is going to be an accredited university, especially if you're going to need this degree to open up doors for you. Okay, so second thing, we have seen over the years, and I've seen over the years, that a lot of schools are offering a lot of different classes and degrees, many of which, and I hate to say this, have no demand and no real career options. This is why telling people to just study what your interest is or study what you're passionate about may not always be a good thing, because it's not worth being buried in student loans if you're still going to be working a low paying job. You could have did that without a degree. And so some of the tips I give people when it comes to enrolling and attending college is, number one, make sure the school is accredited. I just said that. Number two, exhaust your non-loan options, whether that's grants, scholarships, family money, your own personal money, not credit, not loans, but if you're working, and also take advantage of any employment or any job that may offer tuition reimbursement. Try to exhaust those options before you get any student loans, because a lot of people are being buried in student loans. It's crazy. It's like we were taught, hey, you graduate high school, you go to college. You go to college, you end up in debt, and then you get a job to pay back the debt. That like really makes no sense. And so make sure it's accredited. Make sure you exhaust all your non-loan options, and please, unless you don't care about debt and unless you don't care about career options, please don't get some of these degrees that are attractive with no ROI. You can get a degree in the art of thinking and being warm and fuzzy, but are there any jobs in that field? Is there any demand on it? And so those are the things that people have to begin to consider. I mean, jobs where career paths where you may have a job would be something like healthcare options. Why can't I think of another? Engineering, technology, software engineers, and those that get into all that AI and all that stuff. Those kind of people, there's a lot of jobs. There's jobs in those fields. You don't want to get a degree in the art of breathing, and then you put 4 or 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears into it, and nobody is looking for a breathologist. No one, you see no job postings whatsoever for a degree in breathing. And so you got to really weigh your options. You have to think about it. You really have to do your research. So I'm not going to say college is a scam. I will say that colleges are obviously out to make money. And so, does it really make sense to get a degree in the art of breathing when you could just go and learn a skilled trade and make more money than the low paying job you may end up getting because there's no jobs that are looking for breathologists? And I'm making that up when I say breathologist. I'm just being sarcastic. And so those are things to consider. Skilled trades. I personally do not believe college is for everyone. I do not believe that college is the only way for success. I do believe that depending on what your goals in life and what your future plans are, college may be the road for you. If you are trying to be an attorney and maybe even one day a judge, you need to go to college. If you want to be a dentist, there is no way around a college education. If you want to be a medical doctor, there is no way around a college education. So some career paths require, like, there's no way around having an education. And so I think a lot of people, before they sign up for college, they need to be sure that college is actually what they need to fulfill their goals. I am seeing people dropping out of medical school and going to open up clothing businesses. And so be sure about what it is you want to do before you put your time, your blood, sweat, and tears, and sometimes get yourself into debt in order to reach these goals and pursue what it is you're trying to do. So, will I say college is a scam? No, but I will say college is not for everyone. I'm saying that again. It's not for everyone. It's not the end all be all. There are so many other roads and pathways to success. Some of the most successful people do not have a college degree. And so, I think sometimes we put a lot of pressure on everyone to go to college. But if what they're trying to do does not require a degree, why should a person get into debt or even waste their own money and their time if going to college is not putting them in the direction of where they're trying to go? And so these are things we have to consider. Think about what you're trying to do in the future. Think about how you can exhaust your options if you are going to go to college, so that you're not getting in debt if possible, or at minimum debt as possible. Also considering making sure that you are only going to accredited universities. Make sure you weigh your options when it comes to college versus someone may want a career in the military, or they may want to be an entrepreneur, or they may want to get into the skilled trades. We need to introduce a lot more people to skilled trades, because a lot of people didn't realize that some of these people with master's degrees make less than someone that is a plumber. We for whatever reason in society, certain jobs and career paths were looked down upon because they weren't educated like the other people. And these people are living well, living a great life, and they have stability. And so we need to stop looking down on that and realize that the skilled trades are great options, and there are a lot of great career opportunities in skilled trades. And so whether it's plumbing, being an electrician, or pipe fitting, whatever. I mean, I don't know all the different options that are available, but I know there are options available. And so I think people need to realize, if your path doesn't require a 4-year degree, you may want to think twice before you sign up and do that. If your heart is not in it, don't do it. Before you, to see somebody drop out of medical school to open a business, it's like, okay, you could have did that 7-8 years ago. I think the person was like in their, people like literally in their second and third year, like, what, this just isn't what I want. This isn't my path. This isn't for me. So I always say, count up the cost and really consider when it comes to college. Consider, is what I'm studying, is it going to get me to where I want to go? Is what I'm studying, is there going to be an ROI? Will I get a good enough paying job to pay off any potential debt that I would accrue going to school? Am I even getting a degree from an accredited school? These are the things you have to consider before you take those steps, because you don't want to waste money, you don't want to get in debt, but you don't want to waste your time. So do I think college is a scam? No, but I do believe that this younger generation is wising up and getting smart, and they're smart, and they're like, wait a minute, I'm not about to spend 4 or 5 years going into debt to get a job that does not pay me enough to pay off the debt that I got to get the job, to get the degree, to get the job. It makes no sense. And so, and then you have people, struggling the rest of their life to try to pay off loans. And so, yeah, so these are things to consider. Consider it. If your path and your goals and your dreams don't require a 4-year degree, don't then, you know, think about what you need to do to make it happen, because it doesn't make sense for you to get a degree in biology if you want to open up a shoe business. That could be a waste of time and money. Now, some people will go to college just for the experience. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as, again, they consider the debt, they consider the financial weight and responsibility. They try to make sure that they have as little debt as possible, and they consider those things. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people go to school just to keep up with their peers and get the social experience and social interaction. Some people go to college more for the networking. There's a lot of reasons why people go to college, but I definitely think people need to count up the cost. They need to try to, minimize the debt. They need to try to be sure of what they're going to school for, and that there's some type of ROI, and that they're not getting a degree in the art of breathing, because colleges are starting to offer degrees that mean absolutely nothing. There's no jobs in the field. No one has even heard of the degree. And it's like, some of these classes that are being offered, they're doing it gimmicky to get people to sign up for some of these classes and some of these things, but there's no ROI, there's no return on investment. So do your homework, research, be sure about what you want to do, be sure about how you want to do that, and consider all your options. And yeah, other than that, pursue your goals, pursue your dreams, do whatever it is that you feel is best for your life, but just be wise out here. All right, bye-bye.